What is going on, family? It's your boy G Consciousness in the house. Yeah, I see what it is. Very controversial message this morning, but I felt compelled by Christ to really do this. And so I'm going to bring out this information. I just got to share some stuff real quick. Make sure. What is going on? Okay, my sound is putting out pretty cool. All right, so we got that together. All right, so y'all can see the title is Never Take Counsel from the Wicked. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see right there, Lex is definitely in that. Let me share this real quick. I want to really bring out some stuff and want to show you guys some stuff real quick. And if you can, share this link if you can, and give y'all some wisdom, you know, and it's not just my wisdom. This is most of all the wisdom from the Bible, as y'all can see the scripture right there. And this wisdom is something that is not just in the Bible, but you know what I'm saying? These are ancient proverbs as well too. But I definitely want to bring this out because brothers got to get exposed when they want to play games and take small shots and all this crazy stuff going on. Let me share this real quick. Let me share this. All right, got the link right here. And I don't. One thing about me, I don't hide behind nothing. I just shoot it, put it right out there. I don't. You know what I'm saying? Brothers be trying to play games, and I'm not playing with you. You know what I'm saying at all. I'm not playing with you at all. So here's the thing. So as y'all know, you know what I'm saying, the scripture up here says, blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of waters, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. Now, I want y'all to really meditate on that and understand that. What's going on, Lazarus? Yara? I want y'all to really understand that, meditate on that, because that is very powerful. And I want y'all to stand back and really look at the individuals you've been around for 5 or 6 years, maybe 2 years, maybe a year, and really see, are these people teaching the same thing that they once was teaching? Are they stable? Where are these people at in their life? What is their track record? That is very important. You know, what up, Nashawn? If you've been hanging around somebody for years, and every time you look around, they can't get their feet planted or none of those things. What's going on, School of Understanding? Because what I've realized, and my bringing up, is that if I was to go back to the hood right now, people are doing the same thing that they was doing years ago. What up, Yashar? And so really look at those things. Really know who's laboring among you, who you are around. Is these people planted? Is they flourishing? And it might not be a material growth. It might be a spiritual growth, or it might not be a spiritual nor material growth. Examine those things. Look at those things and say, are these people expanding, flourishing spiritually? And if it's not materially, that's understandable, because you might have your season where you are expanding spiritually, but not materially. This might be reason for that. But when a person has no spiritual growth and they're unstable, But they got all these ideals. Hint, Lex Vortex. We've seen this brother in the community for years, right? I love the brother, but I'm going to expose this nigga because this brother is in the community, right? Taking shots, saying little things, talking about capitalism. And if you notice, there's a reason why this brother talk against stuff like that. There's a reason. It's a reason why this brother say, put away your books and let's follow the mind of Lex Vortex. You go down that route if you want to. You'll be a fool to follow Lex Vortex into the vortex. You'll be spinning around in circles for life. Never making no progress. Never making no progress. Never hitting your targets. Why? Because you're too dizzy from the vortex. I'm going to put y'all up on game about this brother. This brother can make a show. He can teach real good. He's elegant with his speech and he articulates well. And I'm going to tell y'all something. I could stutter how many times, but I guarantee you, if you listen to the stuff that I'm giving you, which come from this Bible, you will prosper. You will flourish. But this nigga, I'm telling you right now, you be stupid if you want to. He says, well, I got all these plans. They should have listened to me. Sinetta should have listened to me. All of these people should have listened to me. Well, you're not a product of what you're speaking about. If you come to me speaking about credit and your credit score is a 400, why should I listen to you speaking about credit if you can't even, guess what? Resurrect yourself. See, the battle or the struggle is actually within. So you should be a manifestation of what you speak of. If anything, somebody should be able to read you and understand you and look at that and say, this person is of a truth of about what he's talking about. Can y'all do that with Lex Vortex? I'm pretty sure you can. So this brother right now is holding his little session or whatever the case may be, right? And for all y'all that know Lex Vortex, this brother has been unstable in his ways. This brother want to talk about we don't need a book, but then we can see why when he comes to put forth a building block or a plan, he don't want to use any books. He don't want to use any manuscripts. He don't want to use any documentation to even resurrect what he's trying to build. Now, what brother come in a situation without contracts, without a plan, a blueprint on what needs to be done, yet this nigga going around telling people we don't need any books? What man puts forth something and don't count the cost before he build it? What man builds something without a blueprint? But this is Lex Vortex, though. Double-minded nigga, super double-minded. But he got all these plans. He got all these different things that he got going on. I'm going to ask y'all something. What have y'all seen Lex actually accomplish since we've been knowing Lex? Not a goddamn thing. And that's G-O-D. I mean, that's G-O-T, not G-O-D. Goddamn thing. Nothing. He hasn't accomplished nothing. And really, it's not really about that. But if you're going to be doing some, at least spiritually grow, where are you growing spiritually in your walk that you say you got with Lucifer? Where is Lucifer getting you at, Lex? But then this brother want to get to teaching against the God of the Old Testament. He's a devil. He's this, he's that. Watch brothers. Mark brothers that cause division and strife in the communities. Mark them. This brother got all these ideals, yet he is not excelling at all. And this brother 40 plus. When is Lex going to excel? When is Lex going to have some stability about himself to where he can excel? You didn't have brothers, you didn't been in the presence of brothers that would have loved to establish what you was doing. But why didn't they? It's a reason why, because you're unstable. That's why. And it'd be foolish for somebody to attach themselves to somebody with that type of mindset, mental illness, no stability, can't stick and stay on what he says he's going to do, never knows where he's going to be at. This brother tell you, I'm going to be here at 3 o'clock, and you look around, he never showed up. Never meeting his divine connections. Always in relationships that always sever because of this mental illness that he's got. But he's this master teacher, though. He's this master teacher. Y'all better watch out who you link yourself up with. Because brothers is around here talking about what they've been doing or what needs to be done. And then you look around and they're not doing anything, but they're complaining about what's being done by others. You better watch out who you link yourself up with. Because you can link yourself up with the wrong people and cause yourself to be stagnated, set behind, and have to take a detour the long way around when you could have been already arrived at your divine connection or whatever you want to do in life, but you're stagnated. Why? Because you got a dead body on the back of you. In other words, you're putrefating, you're dying because you're dragging a dead body with you, and it's killing you. Never, never take counsel from the ungodly. It says, blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly. See, if you're going to be blessed, you're going to need to not take counsel from those that are ungodly. Now, you may got some wisdom, and a person might not believe in God, but they still have a moral makeup where they still have a conscience, a joint knowledge with God, even though they won't acknowledge it, but they have wisdom. And they take that wisdom and they put it forth, and all truth, all wisdom comes from God, your creator. And it's embedded in you, and you grow in the knowledge of it. And you can learn and grab those things because these are the people that you see that are moving forth in life and pressing forward, and they are basically grabbing their goals, setting their goals and grabbing them. But when you got a brother that has all this wisdom, like he says that he has, all these ideas, well, damn, my nigga, when are you going to use these ideals to resurrect yourself in your dying situation? When you going to do that, brother? When are you going to do that, Lex? Because the first person that we see, yeah, he's a hypocrite. He's bitter because he wanted to, and then he always say, give me your money. Give me your money. For what? You didn't talk about people's kids, slandered their wives. You need to grow up, brother. And then when somebody don't do something your way, you get upset. You're 40 plus, still acting like a child. There's no spiritual growth, no nothing. You're not prospering. And everybody should do it his way. That's a child for you. That's a baby for you. Do it my way. So then I watched this brother speak on me on the situation. But see, he don't know what this brother don't know. Now, if I get on Facebook and I post something, right, and everybody knows, I post and I say, well, I was able to buy this, I was able to buy that. You know why I'm doing that? I'm sparking something in people because I realize this, niggas talk too much. And because they talk too much, guess what? They never produce it. So guess what I do? I show them how they can produce and spark something in them. Do you know how many brothers did I tell them, hey, brother, you should go work for this company. I can get you on over here. And then once you get on over here, then you can get your own establishment and make good money so you can support your family and support your dream. If you want to help Black people or you want to help individuals, not just Black people, any race of people or culture of people that you want to have, you need some money. You need money. So if you got a brother that's teaching you how to get your credit together, what jobs to go to, and showing you I'm living proof of a brother that had nothing and now I got some assets in my life. Not saying that I have arrived because I haven't, but it's a process and I'm continuing in that process because I know that the best way I can resurrect people and help people, first of all, is God, and then materially helping them. This is how you're going to help the poor. This is how you're going to help the widow. This brother talks too much and doesn't do anything. And what he don't know is, brother, I want to see you blessed. I'm not against you. I've reached out to you many a times, bro, and other people. But what you're not going to do is be mentioning me or taking shots at me and not think that I'm not going to expose you, brother. I've been around you. I've seen how you moved like a serpent, like a snake. And you've been doing it for years. And the very people who you accuse of being serpents and snakes, you're no better than them. You're doing the same thing. And you're mad because you can't lead the community because you're so weak and fragile and unstable and no one will follow you and you can't lead straight to where now you want to start spewing out and throwing up on everybody, vomiting on everybody, putting everybody down who you come in path with, not realizing this brother is not is building anything, but destroying everything. So eventually people follow you for a while and they'll sit there and listen to your stupidity. But look what it says again. Blessed is the man that walk not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of scornful men. I find it scornful that this brother sits down, goes on rampages, mocking people, talking crazy, right? And we all get on our rants. But this the same brother that has not done nothing in the community. And when he did do something, oh, I'm going to help the children. But at the same time, he cussing people's children out, talking about he'll kill their children. Now, if that ain't contradictory, I don't know what is. These are the brothers that you do not link up with, that are dying brothers that's been dying and putrefating for years, and they're starving to attach themselves to somebody that is living so they can kill you off just as well. This is what's going on in the community. This is these brothers that's doing that. And then when they do try to get you in, oh, I'm teaching the gospel of the Lord. But when they get you in, they suck you dry, drain you spiritually, and leave you for dead. And then they transition off to the dark world. But you're this shining light, though. What light is you leading people to? Because whatever light it is, at the end of that is a light bulb that blows out and manifests this darkness. And there's nothing but darkness. It's a vortex it starts off as a light, but then when you enter in, it gets darker and darker and darker. And before you know it, you can't see anything and you're looking for light and you're spinning around. You're in the vortex. This is this brother. So be a fool if you want to follow somebody that never grasps the promises of God. Never doing anything that we see but speaking and talking. I tell people all day long. Now, I have to say this. Everybody got their position on Garfield. I've talked to Garfield personally. I've talked to Team Osiris. I talked to counsel. Brothers helped out, gave me information to help me with my credit. When I started talking with them brothers, we used to be arguing in the back chat. Them brothers started talking about credit. And guess what? I started listening to them brothers. You know what I did? I went and started learning about credit, how to get my credit together, because I knew if I got a heart that I want to help people, I have to be making money. Because I hate when somebody come to me and they say, I need this and that, and I don't have it to give to them or to help them. And also, not only that is when I can't do nothing and I'm struggling. I hate that, yo. And so when you got brothers that's never obtaining the promises of God, never flourishing, whether it's spiritually or mentally, don't attach yourself to such foolishness. You will be destroyed. This is even in relationships. If you're unequally yoked with somebody that is not on your level, you will die eventually. And you ask yourself, how can a brother speak so great with so much authority, so much power, but never grasping or flourishing when it comes to their goals? And everything that you ever done, you're giving up on it. Never finished the project. None of those things. But you got all this wisdom. You got all this knowledge. You be a fool to attach yourself to that if you want to. You're going to die right there with them. So it says, delight in the instructions of the law of the Lord. And in his law, see, Torah means instructions, means to teach. If you desire to want to learn something, make sure you have a great teacher that can instruct you and teach you. I believe that God is my teacher, my instructor. And if anybody comes to teach me and they have some type of knowledge, that is wisdom, all truth, all knowledge comes from God. And if they have that and I see that it's good, I am going to take that and bring that with me, because that can help me to father myself. And in fathering myself, I'm always trying to bring forth after the kind. Whatever information I get, I want to water it, I want it to grow, and I want it to flourish. I'm not asking you to bring your money unto me. I'm trying to get you some money. I'm trying to teach you how to get some money so you can support your families and you can build that dream that you want to build. And I'm not saying that I'm there, but you guys watch me come from a long way. And not only that, I've been about what I've been talking about. This brother ain't about that. You be a fool to follow that. You gonna die trying to follow that. These brothers been in the community doing the same thing. So I'm in the back chat. I'm listening to these brothers. I'm listening to Garfield. I'm listening to counsel. And at the same time, we're talking about Bible, we're arguing and stuff. We got our standpoint, but there's something there that I need from them. And I grabbed that and I developed that and I flourished it. Because what it was something that I need to further me within my walk with God. And it was wisdom. It was wisdom. Now, do I live by bread alone? No. But I understand to substantiate, I understand to sustain myself that, yeah, I do need this. But do I put that above the bread of God? No. I don't live by that. You can't come give me something and make me demoralize myself or separate me from God. I'd rather die. You can't come offer me anything and say, go against your God. You might as well kill me. But this brother is not flourishing. And brothers have tried to help this brother in the community. And he stagnated. And not only is he stagnated, he's fallen. And once he's fallen, he's pulling everything with him in his fall. You link yourself up with that if you want to, and you're going to die. And then he says, we'll pass this around. So this is a serpent. He'll tell you something that's good, but then he'll give you something that is a lie. Watch who you link yourself up with. Watch who you link yourself up with. And I'm not telling you something that is not true. I'm telling you something that you can look at yourself and see it. Watch who you link yourself up with. You'll be destroyed. And even I have to watch who I link myself up with. My wife always telling me, everybody is not what you're on. And you can help somebody and die in helping somebody because wow, they're jealous and upset and they're really trying to cling to you to destroy you. Always taking in, never giving out. See, they learned this stuff in these churches out here. Some of these churches teaching these different things and taking in to, we need to raise more offerings so we can get this and that. And then the bathroom toilet don't work. Church still super little. You know, when you going to upgrade the church? But your house is big. Always taking in, always asking for something, but never giving out. Don't give your money to people like that. You'll be a fool. Now, in the case, if a person is asking you for something to help somebody else or trying to get you something, invest in that. If this person, if you don't have a track record of this person and no one could give account for this person and ask you, is this person good in the community? What has this person given back to the community? Don't do business with them. Because that person should love helping out their immediate communities as well as international things. What happens if an international catastrophe happens? Can this person be a giver to help somebody out that's in need? No. So what we're doing here is attaching ourselves to people that just want to keep talking, but not doing anything to resurrect anybody. This brother has been in the same position for years with this murderous spirit, killing kids, attaching himself to people like Nature Boy. While Nature Boy sitting on the island with women nude with leaves on their chest, flapping every one of them that he can see, even people's wives. But see, this is why these brothers attach themselves to people like that. And it seems to me it's people that's always coming out of these Dr. York type of movements. I just want to get you off to this island, speak great. Y'all give me y'all money. I live like this king. And I take your women. This is what goes on with these brothers. But what are you doing for the community? What are you doing internationally on the basis to help people out that's in danger? People who have lost their houses, their family members that need help. What are you actually doing? And then you put out something talking about you want to look for kids, but then at the same time you want to talk against kids and want to try to destroy kids. Makes no sense. Brothers talking about people's mamas, little kid games on this internet. What have you done to actually help the community? You've done nothing. You haven't done anything. So I sent in them back chats. I listened to them brothers. Now, Garfield, he said one thing that made some sense. And even though I don't agree with some of the stuff that Garfield do, whatever he does say that does make sense, I do it. I do it. Same thing with counsel. We talked a month ago after I got my LLC, I mean, not my LLC, my truck and different stuff. And we you know, I do it. You know, I'm working on doing it because it's some stuff that can farther me in wisdom that can help me out. And if farther in me, I can help a lot of people out. I can be able to help a lot of people. I told my babe, I said, babe, you know what we can do with this type of money that we bringing in, how we can help a lot of people. So as soon as I get my down payment money back, it's on and popping. I said, we can do so much money with this money, with this money that we got to help people out. And when you do that and you have that mindset, that's how you go forth and you excel. Why? Because you realize it's not really about me. It's about not only because whoever hangs and come around me, if you're going to be around me, you're going to get you some money because I'm going to give you the game. And if you're not trying to get on that level to where you're not trying to, and you're on another level where you want to destroy people, then, hey, look, I'm going to have to move myself away from you. But if you're on a level to where you want to grow spiritually and physically, financially, then that's all I could bring forth. That's all I could produce. That's what I'm trying to produce. So if you see me getting online posting something, I'm sparking something in people because I know. See, only a hater will speak on something because you know why? Because he's a hater. But he don't know I got strategy there. I got brothers to tell you, they call me and say, well, how did you do this? How did you do this and that? And I'm telling them, I'm giving it to them and walking them step by step, talking to them daily. And when something happened, I'm like, listen, bro, if something like that happened, call me up, yo. I can help you. Call me up. If you get jammed up in a situation where you out on this road and you driving, call me up. Maybe I can help you with that situation. I'm driving all day. I don't mind. Call me up. I can tell you what companies not to go to. And if you do, stay there for a little bit and go over here. Why can I tell you that? Because I've been to about 14 to 15 companies that just lie and tell you different things. And only one of them, two came through for me, Central Transport and also National Express carriers. Good companies. Knowing the type of money that I made at National Central Transport was cool. It was all right, you know, but I recognized that was a job that God led me to. You know, I was guided to that job. And I made it off that job when at the time, I was doing so bad, I was getting unemployment. My wife was working at that time, and little I would go to daycare with pants. I had to buy them Walmart clothes, and when you wash those shrink up, and his pants were so little. And I would sit there and be crying to God and like, God, I need a job because I got fired at my job, at one of my jobs. And I would sit there and looking for a job, trying to find work. And when you get fired from a trucking job, it's hard to find work. So I sat back for at least about a month trying to find a job, stressed out. And when I found that job, I held to it until I was able to move and start doing my own truck thing. So I never gave up because I knew that what was pressing me on the inside was compelling me to move. I was compelled by Christ, as Rob may say. I was compelled by the power of Christ to keep moving. God told me God said that he will give seed to the sower. That's what he told me. He will give seed to the sower. I believe that. And because I believe that, guess what? I see that I'm flourishing and he's giving me that. I see that I'm growing and he's giving me that. And then I'm the type of person to where when I get something, I be so happy about getting it. Guess what? I want to give it to somebody else because I know that it works. When I had got the test answers to the questions of the CDL, people was trying to sell people the answers to the test and what to study. And I said, bro, let me get a copy of that. I bought it. When I bought it, guess what I did? I went and started giving it to people, to brothers, so they can get their CDL. And guess what? I inspired people to get their CDL. And once they got it, they moving and making money. And now they can help their families out because they was in a situation like what I was. This is how you obtain your goals in your life. And I'm not trying to down this brother because, like I always say, I love the brother, but what you're not going to do, bro, is be secretly hating on me, bro, when I don't secretly hate on you because I want you to come up out that situation. I sit back and I be thinking to myself, I be saying, if I came into a large sum amount of money, I be thinking about how I told my wife, we were sitting back talking. She said, she was like, I said, babe, we was looking at the lotto. I said, if you hit that lotto, you won that lotto or whatever. I said, now I don't care if anybody to pay the lottery, because it's foolery, it's a trick or whatever. I said, if you hit that lotto, I said, that's about 800 mil. Then it got up to $1 billion. I said, what would you do with that money? I said, I'm going to be honest with you, babe. I said, I will make probably 700 million millionaires. She said, what do you mean by that? I said, what I would do is this. I said, because you don't need that much to retire when you got that type of money. That type of money could last you for a lifetime. 3 to 5 million can last you for the rest of your life. See, that's what people don't tell you. You don't need that much. And she said, well, what do you mean by that? I said, I will make 800 people, 700 people millionaires. And I'm not talking about just giving people, and to be honest, when you look at it, when it comes to my family, I don't even know 700 people in my family. I said, we got friends, we got family. I said, we can bless you with that type of money. And the thing about it is you don't go and just give people just like, oh, I'm just going to give you this money. No, you have to give the people who are worthy of that money, because sometimes you can give somebody some money, it can end their life. They might have a drug addiction. So we talked about all of those things. I said, this is the thing that I would do. I said, because if we did that, we'll still have 2 million. I mean, not 200 mil. You see what I'm saying, though? See, this will be going through my mind. Is how can we help people out? How can we help them out? And for the ones who have a problem with money, build a business with them. Come together, write me up some type of blueprint, and we can help you with your business. And if you're really serious and you say that you're serious, you shouldn't have a problem with that, because I'm going to give you the money that you need to start your business. You just need to come up with a blueprint. And I'm not even asking you nothing for nothing back. If I had that type of money, I ain't asking you for nothing back. Those are for the ones that I know you play too much, but let's see all together if you're really serious. Now, for those that I know, got to get the elders out the way. Got to get the widows and the single poor out the way. They got to get it. We got to get them out the way first. So don't be linking yourself up with brothers that has never taken the time to bring forth after to flourish. So look what it says. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water. You know what it means to be planted by the like a tree that's planted by the rivers of water. And before you go there, it says, and his law doth he meditate day and night. You know what it means to meditate on God's teachings and his instructions? Even if you don't believe in God, you might not take that path. What man will not meditate in teachings and guidance to cause him to flourish? So if you're walking with God and you're meditating on his instructions, his teachings, his laws, his things that cause you to flourish, these are things that builded the nation of Israel. And as a Christian, and as dealing with the New Testament, there's teachings and instructions that cause you to be built as a New Testament believer in the new covenant. And these are principles that are universal principles that will cause you to be established just as well. And also there are some things that comes into the body of Christ, being a priest and understanding how to build your household up and how to build your company up and these different things that we see that are instructions to cause you to flourish. And it says, and he shall be planted like a tree, or he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water. A tree that is planted by the rivers of water bringeth forth his fruit in his seasons. He has a source of water that causes the tree to bring forth fruit and never withered up or never be dried up. As Christ says, he that abide in me shall flourish, but he that abideth not in me is broken off and falleth off and is withered away. They wither away. So this is a tree planted by the living word. These are living words. He says the interest of his words give life. See, when brothers is not interested in his word, there is no life in them. So if you're a tree and you're planted by the word or the waters will cause you to flourish and bring forth fruit in your seasons. His leaf also shall not wither. I'm not just telling you, this ain't coming from me. This is what this book is saying, and this is a universal principle. If you want to go somewhere in life, stay connected to the source. My source and my power, who I trust in, who I get personal, who has got personal with me, is God the Father through his Son and his Spirit, which causes me to excel. And to be honest, if I can convert you to that, I would love to convert you to that. But I understand people might not take that route or they might not be ready yet. But for those that are outside of that, show me a person that has not taken the time to connect themselves and follow instructions of those who they're being guided by to get where they need to go. If you in school and you don't follow the instructions of that teacher, you won't get to where you need to go. You won't flourish. So these are principles that are universal. And Jay, I'm not saying that he's not a good brother. He has good in him, but he's more so deceitful as anything. I said, I love that brother, but don't take shots at me, brother, when you don't know what's going on. Because I'm not talking about something just to be talking. I'm sparking something in brothers. I'm trying to resurrect brothers out of a dry spot. Because I know what it means to be in a spot like that. So listen, listen, I don't hate the brother, but if you attach yourself to somebody that's not growing, you're gonna die. And whatever goodness that you got in you, it's gonna be gone. You're gonna be sifted. You're gonna be sifted. And then once that happens, then you take on the mentality of the world. Why? Because you're mad at everybody. Because someone hurt you. And because you're mad because that person hurt you, now the world has come into your heart. And once that takes place, everybody that come in your path, you begin to destroy and begin to sift them as wheat. And because you're a tree that's dying and you're not bringing forth no fruit and you're withering away, everybody that come in contact with a dying tree, they become putrefated because of the smell, and the death of that body is killing them off just as well. Don't connect yourself to a branch that is withered up. Connect yourself beside a source of water that can cause you to flourish. What fool would do that? So I'm telling you, I've watched this brother. Anybody that takes time to glorify themselves is dangerous. In the sense of where they're glorifying themselves and lifting themselves up. Oh, I got this mighty knowledge. You need to come to me. You would have been over here. You would have been there. Then you look at him and you say, well, nigga, what you doing? And when Garfield came to me, Garfield said, if a person can't show you their accomplishments and their credit scores, and they can't show you what they're talking about, I wouldn't even be taking them serious. Not saying that you can't chew the meat and spit the bones out. But then it becomes a game to where people are not doing what they're talking about, what they're preaching about. And this is the vortex for you. So don't link yourself to brothers like that. Because they will, and so for it's not, listen, when you see me posting something, my goal is to show you guys something. When I post something, I want to show y'all how to hit your goals. Like if I say, see, let me put y'all up on the game so y'all can understand this. Okay. Some people know that them seeing is believing. Some people want to touch the holes in your hand, want to touch your side, want to look at your feet and see if you got if the holes are there. Just look and see if this is you actually in the flesh, if you actually had the experience. Some people want to do that. And sometimes there's nothing wrong with that. Because some people want to see your fruit. A tree is known by its fruit. And so if I see a person, a tree, a branch that is flourishing, then I look at it and say, well, what is this branch connected to? Then I look at tree, what tree is connected to? I say, okay. Well, what is this tree connected to? This tree sitting by the waters. I need to be engrafted in that. Plug me in. I need that. Plug me in. You got enough room over there on that tree for me? Plug me in. And that person is saying, yeah, I got enough room, but here's some rules and what's called. But hey, look, you follow these rules and you follow these instructions and these teachings, and you going to flourish. Everybody going to eat. Why? Because you're plugged into a tree and you're by a source of water that can cause you to live and have a life of abundance. But then you got this brother going around talking about he's God. Well, you must be a puny God then. I'm about ready to grab you by your feet like Hulk grabbed Loki and slung him around and you know, because you puny out here. You got all this wisdom and all this knowledge, and then I look at you and say, this brother is a fool. And he takes me as a fool. But we're supposed to give our money to you and listen to you. See, when God speaks, he performs. When God created the universe, he said, let there be, and there was. But when you got people that speaking and they ain't performing, you need to stand back and you need to look and say, should I connect myself to that? Because this brother's speaking and they ain't performing. And so you can tell those who are connected to God. Why? Because he is the source of them. And when they speak, they perform. Why? Because God has orchestrated it that way. Because when you rely on that power. Now, I'm not saying that everybody is going to be blessed like every individual. But that's the reason why some people like me, I'm ignorant as hell when it comes to computer technology. Somebody might know it. But I know what I can do. I know I can get out here and push these trucks and also develop some more stuff. I'm trying to get 5 more trucks. Which I think I'm just gonna stop with 1? Nah. By this summertime, I plan on getting another truck. That's why I always say, make sure y'all keep me in y'all prayers. Therefore, when God flourish me, guess what? I can help other people out. That's who you want to flourish. People that's helping other people and showing people how to get out here. See, I'm the type of person I've always brought forth after my kind. If you hanging around me and a little bit of me don't rub off on you, and the God in me don't rub off on you, then guess what? We can't be around each other because eventually you just going to start trying to leech off of me when I'm trying to show you how to eat just as well too. That way you can show other people how to eat. That's what it means when you're talking about people that's connected to a tree and they flourish. It's kingdom cash flow. You got some people, they get a deal, and once they get a deal, they don't want to tell you what a deal at or say where they got it from. I ain't that type of person. I'll be, hey, man, look, I got this deal, brother. And because I got it and it's so good, I want you to get it too. So call right now. I told people about Navy Federal Credit Union. I told them about Navy Federal Credit Union. I said, put your money in credit unions. I said, why? Because they're giving away money. I told people about the business. I said, get you an LLC, build your business credit, because it's separate from your personal credit. Keep both of your stuff good. I got these papers I told people about. I put it in the back chat. I bought the papers. I bought them. And I'm giving them to people for free. Because I want to see people blessed. And so when I told the brother, I said, brother, you need to start putting your money from your business into the Navy Federal Credit Union. He didn't listen. I said, listen, bro, just start doing it. He did it. As soon as he did it, guess what? He said, man, I'm glad. He said, my mom told me that was a good bank. He said, I'm glad you told me to do that. He said, I got into a situation and he was like, you know, he said, because I want to buy another, establish my business. And he was like, right now, you know, I want to keep my funds. He said, but I want to establish my business. And usually time, whenever you want some money from the bank, use that money for a business idea. Why? Because it's going to bring you more money in. And you're going to pay that loan back. It brings you more money in. If you're taking out the equity on your house, if it's not an emergency to get something fixed, Take it out to establish a business because that brings money in. That brings money in. Another source of income. That's all I'm saying. So hopefully somebody was able to take this, because if you see, it says his leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. God wants to prosper you. And anybody that is around you that's prospering, they should want to see you prosper. They should tell you how to flourish. I don't be out here trying to get nothing from y'all, trying to sell you nothing. I'm trying to get something to you. I want you to be blessed. That's why Hebrew Israelites, they can call me and they know we be going hard on each other. But when they call me talking about certain things, I be straight up with them. Bruh, if you want to do this and that, this can help your family out. I know a lot of guys who are Hebrew Israelites and who are truck drivers now. And they do run into situations, and I tell them, bro, you should have called me, man. If you would have called me, I would have told you how to get out that situation, or I could have helped you out with some, at least. Then I look around and I find out they're in a situation where they're not driving anymore. But it's brothers that I have talked to, and they flourishing right now. And guess what? It took me over probably like 14 years. They flourishing within a year or two. Why? Because they ain't got to make the same mistakes I'm making. That's why I'm warning them and telling them, look, bro, if you want to do this and then you want to see a return, I can show you how to do it better than how I did it, because it took me a while, but it ain't got to take you that long. I seen brothers, look, my little brother, me and him be getting into it a lot, but what he don't know is I be proud of him when he out here flourishing. When he bought his first truck before I did. And when he bought his first truck, he had 18 grand. He went in there, he put 18 grand down on his truck, and he got his truck. And now he took his income over to $4,000 a week. And I said, bro, I'm right behind you. You inspire me. This is my little brother. That's my daughter. She beating on that door. She heard me down here, so I'm going to have to go get off for her because she heard me. And so that's all I'm saying, y'all. It ain't no hate on Lex. I want to see that brother flourish. But the way you're doing it, Lex, is the wrong way, yo. You're doing it the wrong way. Maybe you're so busy watching the people that you hate so much. And it's causing you not to flourish, it's stagnating you. Maybe you need to cut it off, get away from it. And find yourself spiritually. Find yourself, because in finding yourself spiritually, that can help you mentally and physically, financially. And I'm serious about that, yo. And it ain't no hate there. This is real. There's no hate there. So if you think that I'm posting this stuff, no, it's a reason for that, yo. It's a reason. And for the brothers that's getting mad and getting jealous, nah, bro, it's not about that. Because I put in the work and I'm showing people just as well. It's not just about me. When I posted on Facebook, a Hellcat. And I said, this is one of the cars that I'm going to get to be continued. I'm getting that car, yo. I'm getting it. But guess what, though, Lex? I also am giving away cars. See, that's what brothers don't understand. See, my first car was given to me. And look, same thing. I had an iPhone 10 paid for, right? My son, it was supposed to go to him. He got to doing bad in school. Guess what I did with that phone? He can't get this phone. He's not doing good at all. Why should I get him an iPhone 10 and this brother ain't even doing good at all? I don't reward nobody that ain't doing what they need to be doing. I took it away from, I gave it to my sister-in-law. Why? Because she's 16. She's doing what she need to be doing in school. And I watched, and he seen me give it to her. And I told him, if you do what you need to do, you're going to get what you want. But if you out here I told my nephew, I said, if you graduate this year, this your last year, I'll buy you a car. I told him that. And guess what? What he don't know is I got the car already. The car for to be shipped down here to St. Louis. Yeah, it's a 2002, but guess what? It's a BMW. And it's clean and it's nice. My mom bought the car and don't never drive it because she don't even have a driver's license. She just sit it there. And it's been there for years and it still runs. Only thing bad on it is the battery. That's it, because she don't unplug the thing. The car is clean. And when I give something away, you can ask my wife. I got shoes that sit upstairs I never wear. I'm always working. And I told my wife, even with my jerseys, somebody talked to something. I said, listen, certain stuff, I don't really wear it. I don't care nothing about that. You can have that. Shoes, they still in the boxes. Probably wore Jordans, wore one time. I don't care nothing about that stuff. Guess what I do? If I see somebody wear 8.5, hey, bro, you can't come in here with them shoes on you got on because them shoes they not right. So I got something for you. They looking like this guy gave me some throwback Jordans that cost over this much. Cause I don't care nothing about that, yo, at all. Jerseys, them jerseys is $140 a piece. You think I give a care about that? I buy it. It looks good. My wife always tell me, you don't really do too much for yourself. And then my wife always saving me money. She be looking crazy like, man, you know how much that, when I went to go get my wife some jewelry, she like, babe, that costs entirely too much. Well, if you buy 14 karat gold and this type of jewelry like this stuff is expensive. But I want you to look nice because you deserve it. Because your wife will help you save some money. Sometimes she'll save you heartaches and pains because she know you doing certain things and helping people out that do not got your best interest. And she'll step forth and tell you and say, they don't have your best interest, babe. I know you want to help them out, but they don't have your best interest. Why do you keep on trying to help somebody out that keeps stepping on you? So I don't care nothing about that stuff, yo. Because you know why? I'm more so giving, if anything, because I was taught that. I know what it means to be a blessing to people. I was taught that. I don't care if I don't ever give it back. If I don't ever get it back. I don't care. Somebody came and borrowed some money from me. I took it off of one of the credit cards and gave it to him, $500. I said, man. I said, pay me back. They said because they worked out, they talked about, well, I'll pay this, what you call. I said, just pay me back and give me $100 a month and you good. $100 a month, you good. Because I have to pay this credit card back. That's it. I didn't ask them for no interest. Just pay me back. And guess what? In doing that, and you do what you got to do, and you do what you need to do, and you give it back, I don't have no problem with loaning you any money. But once you mess up with me one time and you don't what's called, then that's on you. You can't ask me for nothing else. That's why it's important that you pray for those people that you know that is flourishing. Because you know already in doing so that they're going to help many people. I'm not trying to get nothing from you, telling you to listen to me 100 hours a day. I'm trying to get something to you. I'm trying to teach you how to fish so you can continue to eat. This brother got all these ideals, but his situation never flourishing. But I guarantee you can look at these other brothers and say, these brothers are flourishing spiritually, financially, mentally. They're flourishing. Why? Because they're connected to something. And I'm not saying I'm perfect, because I'm not, because I still make mistakes and I understand who my strength lies in, because when I depend on myself, I'm always messing up. That's why when I get up in the morning, I raise my hands up, or when I get up and run and drive that truck, I say, God, give me the strength to get up and get it, because you know already that I have to do your will. And what is your will, Father? You said you want to reconcile the world back unto you. That's why when we be having these argument leads and we be in these debates, we may talk hostile or talk crazy to each other. But ultimately, brother, I want you to be blessed. And not only that is, I tell brothers, I don't care about winning no debate. You think I care about that? I be laughing and giggling about stuff like that. I don't care. I'm just trying to get the information. I take some debates and know already I'm going to lose that debate. But guess what? The information going to come out. And people be laughing and giggling at me. You think I care? I don't even care. I let them laugh and giggle. And sometimes you get to the point where it hurts, God. But at the same time, guess what? You know how many prophets, you know how Christ experienced certain things and he endured? Stand plugged in. And if I choose to continue to walk in my emotions and have this emotional roller coaster, how can I ever develop? How can I ever flourish? I'm not saying it's not all right to have emotions, but don't be so over emotional. Balance yourself. Because when you're too emotional, then you're unstable and you can't help anybody, Lex. How can you help somebody when you're unstable? And to be honest, it's stuff that I did within the what's called. I knew. I said, man, I still got to get this money back from this down payment. And I've been only rolling this truck for about 3 weeks now. The company that I'm brokering with, they've been brokering my load slow. So now I'm moving off to where I know I need to get my own trailer or do power loads to where I can go pick up trailers. But I'm doing power loads right now with this company. They brokering me pretty slow, but then work picked up last week to where I had a good week last week. I said, okay, I can pay this off, but I got this situation going over here. I got to give this over here. And at the same time, I got to make sure bills paid. And then also make sure that, I got people that's sick. Friends, that's families is sick. My grandma's sick. You know what I'm saying? Funerals. But at the same time, I say, okay, God, I'm not in a place where my bills are not paid. I don't have to have this at this time. I told a brother, man, you should have came to me earlier, because if you would have came to me earlier, then I would never spent what I spent on certain things, and I would have been able to I said, I did spend some money, and I got some other stuff in my mind that I want to help people with, that I see in the community that's going on, that I'm getting around to just now. So I tell brothers, I told Solar some stuff some months ago, and I stuck to my word. I said, because right now I ain't really doing I ain't really making nothing right now. I'm in the process of buying a truck, but when I do, I'm gonna stick to my word. So these are the things that I keep in mind. Always trying to do something. Always trying to. That's why I say, keep me in your prayers, because I'm not perfect. And I put it on the table and let people know. You'll see LaRon get on the rant. I get to tripping. And for those that be listening in, I may not be or talk like you want me to talk. You may hear me say nigga this, nigga. I'm as urban as it get. And this is to those that are, that may, well, LaRon, this and that, or he this and that. I may not talk like that, but I know where I'm at, and this is where God got me at for a purpose. I may not be around the people that you want me to be around or talk the way that you want me to talk in the apologetic community. So just understand, attach yourself to people that are inheriting the promise of God because they're going somewhere. You see people that say, come with us. Moses told him, he said, come with us. The Lord is going to do some great things. Come with us. Abraham got up and left, and Lot went with him. And there was some problems behind it, but some people want to attach themselves. You got the Bible says that in the last days, some people will grab hold on the Jew and say, I need to go with you because your God is the true God. So don't get mad at me because you see me posting something. You want to get to talking crazy and this and that. I did that for a reason, yo. Don't try to play me at all. Talking crazy about me. Talking about, oh, but he's supposed to be dealing with the gospel and taking shots at me. Because I see what you're doing, bro. But with that being said, I just want to say grace and peace to y'all, man. May God prosper you. And for those that don't know God, my prayer is that you will have a divine connection with him, encounter him, and that he will lift you up. I may talk stuff to Cube and this and that and atheist, but I want God to bless you. I want you to experience an encounter with God, and once you experience that, you don't want to never let that go, because I'm not letting go. If family members die, children die, I'm not letting go, because why? God is faithful, and I understand I'm just here for a short time. And within that short time that I'm here, I understand that I will go through tests, but it will make me better. And it's gonna, and when God begins to put me in, and I transition, and he begins to put me into a position to where I can have great judgment and counsel people and give life unto others and reconcile people back unto God and live a life connected to the very source and be enclosed in the garden. You know what it means to be enclosed in the garden? But even though, because you're in that garden, don't mean that you don't need to follow instructions. Instructions, it's very important to follow instructions, especially when you know somebody means well for you and has made you a minister of great things. And has given you life so that you can bring forth life. The moment, every time God gives me life and gives me a breath, I'm trying to breathe on everybody else. Why? Because that's what he told us to do, to bring forth after your kind, to be fruitful and multiply. It's much more than just having sex and bringing forth kids. It's much more than that. Bring forth greatness. Bring forth after your kind. Teach your kids. Instruct your kids. That's what this is talking about, man. That's what this is talking about. And so when people come and they get to talking crazy about the Bible, this and that, I look at them and I talk with so simplicity and so basic stuff, basic tools that could cause you to father yourself, because I know that this thing is so basic, so simple, but human beings, we don't want to follow simple and basic things. We always try to find some way not to be obedient. That's why I be so basic. And when and even though me and DJ Black, we be sitting back and we be talking, and even though people may look at it and say, well, we got certain things going on, but the brother gets straight to the point, and he cuts the foolery right out because he sees it from a mile away. And I think that's a good thing. Now we can always advance, both of us, on how we bring it. But sometimes you just see through the foolery. You just, I'm just going to cut the chase and tell you what the real problem is. Peace now, y'all. But yeah, man. So I see y'all brothers later on, man. Sister Cherry, what's going on? Peace to you. Love you, sister. No. I love you, Lex. I've been telling you to call me for a minute. You always say, well, I'm your brother. Well, if I'm your little brother, you don't even call your little brother. But what you're not going to do is keep trying to disrespect me and think I ain't going to spaz on you. But I still love you, though, regardless. And anything that I had that I've had, brother, or whatever the case may be, I don't even know why you even try to bust a move on me like that, because brother, I didn't told you to come down here, man, and come and eat with us, come and sit out with the family, this and that, as well as Israel doctrine. But y'all brothers are stubborn and silly. So don't try to play me and speak ill will on me, because I'm not that type of guy like that, yo. Don't even try to do that. Whatever I ever had, if I got it, bro, if you need it, bro, don't try to play me like that. Sometimes I sneak and give money. Why? Because sometimes my wife be looking like, babe, we ain't really got that to give like that. But I'm going to make a way. And when you try to play me like you try to do, I ain't going for that. I ain't going for that, Lex, at all. And that's what you try to do. So you need to watch what you're doing. So hopefully you could take this scripture right here and really do something in your community if you're talking about making a change. What's up, Anonymous? What's going on with Brother BG? Really do something in the community, bro. Don't be just talking about you do this and you do that. Do something in the community, yo. But what you're not going to do, and I'm going to keep stating this over and over again, is doing what you is doing, trying to take shots and think brothers don't know what's going on. And I'm sitting there looking at you the whole time. I like some of the stuff you be teaching. I even learned from some of the stuff. But then I know what to chew and what to spit out. But sometimes babies don't know that. They eat everything you got. And if you got poison, they're going to eat that too. And that's basically what you're doing. You're poisoning people with that mentality and with that foolishness you be talking about sometimes. And you got a lot of jealous and you got a lot of hate in you. And you're mad at the world. And because you're mad at the world, you're mad at God. Because it's usually the world that seeps in that causes you to have a hard life. And then you get mad at God and you start faulting him. This is why you blaming God in the Old Testament, as if this ain't the same God of the New Testament, and as if Christ wasn't on the page or with the Father. That's why you doing that, because you emotional. And this is why Gnostics do that, because they super emotional. So don't try to play me, brother, because that's basically what you're trying to do. But yeah, I'm off today. So I'm just chilling, y'all. And trying to fight this little cold. I can hear the family still sick and stuff. So I got sick over again. My wife, she's sick now. So that's why we just gonna really move up out of Missouri, because
Every time my kids go to the doctor, they say they need vitamin D and they need sunlight, and we ain't getting that much sunlight here. So we just gonna have to move where it's always sunny so my kids can be more healthier because we taking multivitamins. They gotta take iron. And then I gotta I'm getting older. I'm supposed to be taking B12 shots, but I don't even do that. So because I'm anemic too. But you know, so with that being said, man, I love y'all. Hopefully, Lex, you can listen to this and don't think this is a nah, bro. It ain't that. But what you not gonna, just don't do that, bro. I ain't feeling that at all. So with that being said, grace and peace to y'all. Love y'all. And I'll see y'all the next time.